guys, welcome to my channel. I am making cake pops today, and I thought that this would be a great video to show you guys how to thin out your candy melts. As you can see, my chocolate is all the way thinned out, or not thinned out, but it's all the way melted, but it's a little thick in consistency. So when dipping your cake pops, you will definitely not get like that smooth round shape that you're looking for if your chocolate is too thick and clumpy. So I'm going to be using my Paramount crystals to thin this out a little bit because it is very thick. So I'm using the Paramount crystals. I bought this from Amazon. I do not remember the price, but you can most definitely use the Wilton's thin melt thins or candy thin, and it should work just as fine. But I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to use the Paramount crystals to thin out your candy melts. Alright, so you guys can see that it's really thick right now. So I'm going to take my Paramount crystals and grab a pinch. Don't have any like specific measurements for you guys, but I'm just going to start off with like a little pinch, and I'm just going to add it to my candy melts, and I'm just going to let it kind of like melt in just to thin it out. You don't want to overdo your Paramount crystals. You do a little bit at a time, because once you thin the candy melt out, you could do too much and it becomes super runny, and that's not good either. And if that ever happens to you, make sure you have extra candy melts that you can, you know, add to this to even things out, because that would be the only way to get it back to the thickness that you want or looking for. And also, if it's not thinning out like you want, you add a little bit more until you get the perfect texture or consistency that you're looking for. So right now it takes, you know, a few minutes for the Paramount crystals to kind of like melt in and do its job and work things out. But right now I can still see that they're not all the way melted. That's like one of them right there. So once that melts out or melts all the way down, I'll show you what I'm looking for. It's been a few minutes and I feel like it is thinning out a little bit, but it's still a little thick, and I don't feel like would coat my pops the way for what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a few more crystals to the melt to make it a little bit more creamier than what it is, because when I dip my cake pops, I want it to not ruin pops. And always make more cake pops than needed. So in case you have a mistake or one of your cake pops fall off inside of your candy melts or whatever, you have extra to you know, still work with and not have to really be worried about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix this and let it sit for a few minutes, and hopefully this will be enough to smooth things completely out. So finally we've made it to the consistency that I want, and if you can see how easily it just runs off of my spoon. It's not too runny, but it's still thick and smooth. I'm going to demonstrate one cake pop so you guys can see how it should look and how easy it should be when dipping your pops. So I'm going to take this one and I'm just going to insert it all the way down. If you have any little holes like this, take your little toothpick and just pop them out. Alright, you guys, so that's all to dipping your cake pops. You see how nice and round they are and smooth, so it makes a huge difference that when your chocolate is completely melted and nice and smooth, it makes a huge difference when coating your cake pops. So I hope you guys found this video very interesting and helpful. Give me a thumbs up if you found it helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.